The life of Humayun, the second Mughal emperor, was marked by struggle and vicissitude. He ascended the throne of Delhi after death of his father Babur in 1530. The Mughal Empire was not yet firm on its foundations, and Humayun had to suppress a number of rebellions at the outset of his reign. Early success was followed by prolonged disaster. In 1539, Sher Khan, an Afghan nobleman who ruled over tracts of what is now Bihar and Bengal, rose victoriously against him, and the vanquished emperor fled the country. Humayun then spent 15 years in exile, and in 1555 returned with a borrowed Persian army, recovered his lost dominion, and re-established the Mughal Empire. He did not long survive his return and died on January 19, 1556, after a fall on the steps of his library in Sher Mandal, a monument inside what is today called Purana Killa. An inspiration to Taj Mahal, Humayun's tomb is the first mausoleum for a Mughal emperor, commissioned by Humayun's wife Hamida Banu Begum in 1562 CE. Built to a meticulously symmetrical plan by Persian architect Mirat Mirza Ghianath, Humayun's tomb is the first garden tomb. After the passage of 8 years and spending over rupees 1.5 million, the tomb was established close to Dinapina Citadel, also known as Purana Killa. A radially symmetrical plan, a garden setting, and a bulbous double dome on the elongated drum are the main features of the tomb. The tomb had strong Timurid associations for the Mughal, who gloried in their dynastic descent from Timur. The small canopies on the terrace were originally covered in glazed blue tiles, and the brass finial over the white marble dome is itself 6 meters high. Having over 100 graves, it earns it the name Dormitory of the Mughals. It is said that in the subsidiary chambers of the mausoleum are interred Humayun's 2 wives, Haji Begum, who initiated the building of her husband's tomb, and Hamida Banu Begum, Akbar's mother. The mausoleum of Humayun and the enclosure walls are built of 3 kinds of stones. The walls and the 2 gateways are of local quartzite with red sandstone dressing and marble inlay. Humayun's tomb was among the first structures in India to use a double dome. The dome is also remarkable in the sense that it is the first full dome to be seen in India. Earlier domes were not full in the sense that the shape never traced a full semicircle. The dome is supported by pavilions or chhatris above the wings and portals. These, historians believe, served as a madrasa or college in the days when the tomb was a living monument. The walled enclosure of the tomb is entered through 2 gates. This grand gateway led to the tomb garden of Bu Halima. The facade of the gateway is chamfered and remnants of tilework can still be seen. Now the main entrance to the World Heritage Site of the tomb garden of Emperor Humayun. This west gateway is 16 meters high. Rooms on each side flank the central passage, and the upper floor has small courtyards. 6-sided stars, used by the Mughal as an ornamental cosmic symbol, adorn the structure. The concept of paradise as a garden is one of mankind's oldest idols. The paradise promised in the Quran consists of several terraces of gardens, each more splendid than the last. Babur, the first Mughal emperor, built many innovative gardens, always with water. A layout for gardens, as described in his reminiscences, set the design for all future Mughal gardens. known as Charbagh or four-folded gardens. Symbolically, these were the perfect embodiment of the Islamic ideal, the ultimate paradise, with the emperor forever in the paradise. The large-scale enclosure, divided with geometric precision, was the ordered universe. In the center, the dome itself rose like the cosmic mountain above four rivers represented by the four channels.